Since the arrival of Abinox Motors in the e-bike segment, everything has changed dramatically to the point that a category that was created with the goal of leaving fatigue behind and focusing on fun, well, now it's immersed in a numbers war. More Newton meters, more watts, more power. It's all about the data. Alright, so what's happening? Many brands are still trying to understand and develop their own philosophy moving forward with this category of e-bikes. However, Focus, the German brand, has a very different approach. They tell us to forget about the data and focus on getting back to basics, on enjoying the mountains with our e-bike. The question is, will this be enough to convince the end user? Stay with me, I'll explain what they're proposing, and then you can share your opinion in the comments. Following Focus's philosophy, I'll try not to dwell on the data in this video and move quickly to the fun part. But a minimum amount of context is necessary so you know which bike I'm testing. This one in particular is the Focus Jam Squared model 6.9. We're talking about a bike with 160 millimeters of travel in the front, 150 in the rear, with a hydroform aluminum frame that's really well made. Because look, you can't even feel the welds, for example, on the head tube. The join between the top tube and the seat tube is really well done. It almost looks like carbon in these parts of the frame. Well, what we have is a 65-degree head angle and a 76.5-degree seat tube angle. Both the reach and the wheelbase are very compact, which means the bike is going to be very maneuverable and easy to handle on almost any type of terrain. You could say it's an e-bike designed mainly for trail riding, and it comes equipped with a Bosch CX Performance Line motor with 100 Nm when you do the upgrade, and 750 watts of peak power with the option to use a 600 watt-hour or 800 watt-hour battery, and the battery is removable in either option. Now that I've told you all this, let's get to the fun part of the video. I'm convinced that after receiving all that information, your brain automatically compared it with the rest of the bikes in the market. And honestly, the same thing happens to me. I spend all day doing that. But if we try to follow the approach the Focus suggests for a moment, we should focus much more on the riding experience. Getting down to the tangible side of things, where do the riding sensations of a bike come from? Mainly from the geometry and especially the kinematics. For Focus, both aspects have been developed. They should let the bike adapt perfectly to the terrain you're riding on and the kind of riding it's designed for. I say this because there are some brands, basically bike brands, that sell their e-bike based on the motor they use and don't really focus on properly developing everything that's actually their responsibility. In this sense, Focus really puts a lot of effort into developing the whole bike side of an e-bike very well. Now then, how can the riding sensations convince you to buy an e-bike if you haven't tried it before buying? Well, for this, Focus also has a solution, and that is that they are organizing a whole calendar of demo days with a truck full of test bikes that goes to different places across Spain, where you can actually try out the entire range. I'm going to leave a QR code here in case you want to check out that calendar and try your luck. I'm telling you, these sessions are completely free, and I was lucky enough to attend one a few weeks ago, and I want you to see what happened there. We're interrupting the broadcast for a moment to share something with you that has never happened before. I'm going to give away, together with Focus, the same bike we're reviewing on this channel. Not this exact one, but one like this, a brand new Focus Jump. It's already been up for raffle for a few weeks now. In a post we've made together on Instagram, I'll leave the link and the QR code here so you can check it out, and good luck. Hey, whoever wins it, I hope you enjoy it to the fullest. Again, can anyone think of a better plan for a Saturday morning? No. Getting covered in mud every day like pigs, Peppa Pico. We're gonna test the bikes in the mud for real, for real. Alright, water.
ball, a ball. Oh, saved.
There it is. Well, the positive thing about this bike for me is mainly the geometry, because I think it works really well for someone who wants to get started in the world of e-bikes, since it has a super balanced geometry. From the very first moment, no matter what size you are, you're going to fit well on it. And as I was saying, with the 160mm travel in the front, 150mm in the back, and this geometry, from the very first moment you're going to feel comfortable with it. These aren't those bikes designed more for people with a lot of experience, with more progressive geometries. This is fun from the very first second. Is this adventure? Of course.
It's the terrain. The slow terrain.
I got it. Do you have it?
Brake, brake.
Yes.
It's slowed down.
It's slowed down.
The thing is, when you come in here, you come in and you don't need to brake. You just have to let it flow and look down at the right moment. Where are we gonna put it?
Come on, hit the turbo. Yeah, I've got turbo. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, give it gas. Whoa. We're at 25 for now, going uphill.
Come on, I don't see it. It's gone already. I've noticed that you develop the upper part of the Biquette more. You develop it, I started off terribly, and now I have more gas.
Of course.
I've gained strength.
Ah.
But a little gym time also helps, huh?
Yeah.
To keep up.
The enduro and balancing your back against your pecs.
Sure.
All of that.
I don't see it. Ha ha ha.
Look. Ha ha ha.
Ah. I gave it to you, I didn't know. Ha ha, I gave it to you.
Little pilot dog, and he's carrying the letters.
The letters, yes, ha ha.
Well, in these conditions, it's also really nice to have large brake rotors. 200mm is gonna be a cross-country race, huh? When they're going uphill.
With that face and that position. Cool.
This is gelatin, huh? Now it's been put to work. Damn, well, considering the conditions, the bike feels really stable, honestly. Also, being able to fit a tire up to 2.6, I'm telling you, even in these circumstances, damn. Well, Eva, I made contact there. I think so. Yeah, I hit it below. Well, in these circumstances, it's appreciated. Remember the tiny speck of mud I mentioned that gets in your eye? Haha. Hey you. I'm gonna put it on the left. Haha. The images speak for themselves. 15 guys in the middle of winter, on a terrible day, having a blast in the mountains with some e-bikes. I swear, when I arrived early and saw Luca, just the two of us, it kept raining, and I thought no one would come, especially since it was free and no one had any commitment because they hadn't paid for it. In the end, both groups showed up and everyone had an amazing time. And honestly, this made me rethink things and say, well, I'm going to get a little closer to the position that Focus is proposing to us, because if we had brought a more powerful motor, a bigger battery, a cutting-edge carbon bike, wouldn't we have had a better time that day? I don't know, I said it in the video review of the latest Unflow models that have come out on the market. The M2S motor from Abinox is excessively powerful for most users, I understand that if someone wants to compete within the mini niche of e-bike competitions, nowadays they have to end up there, but you really don't need that much power to have a great time. If we draw a parallel with motorcycles, for example, is it only the person who has a Ducati Panigale who has fun or has the best time? Or aren't there other types of motorcycles that, even with less power, can offer you a much more complete riding experience, a much better user experience, depending on what kind of rider you are? That's the question, right? I'm throwing the question to you. When choosing an e-bike, would you focus more on the data or on the riding sensations? Let me know in the comments. I'm really looking forward to seeing your conclusions, and above all, I want you to share this video with your friends who usually ride e-bikes so they can comment down below too. Stay happy, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye bye.